Hey guys, I'm back again. I'm back because I tried this again, and even though my internet has been fine for weeks, and I've done more than put the strain of streaming on my internet recently with the amount of downloads and stuff I've had to do, apparently, even though my laptop is the only thing on the internet, it's just not gonna work. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm back. It's been a couple weeks. Mainly, just after we finished Bear With Me, I had a problem with my tooth. So because of my depression, I have 3 broken teeth, or I used to have 3 broken teeth. One naturally fell out on like a Sunday, on the Sunday after we finished. No, it would have been before that. One fell out. That's all you need to know. One fell out. The Monday after we finished Bear With Me, I was going to stream. Oh, my phone's just gone funny. Yeah, I was going to stream on the Monday, but then I got busy in the afternoon after work, so I couldn't, which was annoying. And I got really excited about doing it on the Tuesday. The problem was then on the Tuesday that I woke up with a really bad toothache. So I wasn't doing anything on that day, as you can guess. I got home from work and I was just miserable, absolutely miserable. So then sorry, I have the dashboard open on my phone, and everything's just gone crazy on there. But yeah, so very obviously, I didn't want to do anything for that week. I got a dentist appointment on that Friday, and they took the tooth out. So now I've had two. One fell out, as I said, and it didn't hurt. The other one was pulled out, and oh my god, was it the most painful thing that I have ever been through. Like, I've had a tooth pulled out in the past as well. I'm actually now missing 3 teeth. I'm only 30 and I'm missing 3 teeth. That's how depressing my life is at the minute. But I had one of them pulled out when I was a teenager and it was really painful. But obviously, that was near enough 15 years ago, so I forgot how painful that was. And this time they had to like cut right into the gum, and they even like when I was a teenager, I didn't really have the numbing thing because I was so anxious about the numbing thing and being killed by the numbing thing for some reason, because I've suffered from paranoid anxiety my whole life, that they didn't really numb it. This guy had to put a needle down the broken tooth into like all the nerves and oh my god, that was just the worst of it. And after everything started, like, even though it was numb and everything, it still just hurt. It was just very, very painful. And they were really lovely, the dentists, actually. They were really, really lovely. And they did look after me, because I did tell them I was anxious about it. So they were very nice. But then, so that was 1 week. And then the next week, like, I worked a Saturday and Sunday, even though I was in pain. And then the following week, I was still working, like, 5 days that week. And I was in a lot of pain. So I was coming home in a lot of pain. And I wasn't doing the anime stuff on the blog. So the reason I didn't then stream when I started to heal up was because I had stuff to kind of catch up with writing wise. And we're really proud because for the first time in like the 4 or 5 years we've been running, we're actually kind of up to date with the anime. Even with that, we only kind of got a week or two behind with 1 or 2 animes. We still managed to keep up to date with some of them. And it was never more really than a week, maybe 2 weeks for the ones that had come out later and stuff. So like, mainly Luke's ones as well, because obviously he writes his reviews and I've got to edit them, but I find it very difficult to edit them if I don't know what he's talking about sometimes, because he's very vague. So then I have to watch bits of the anime, and I like all the anime he's watching anyway, so I've been watching them regardless. So it was many things like No Guns Life and Kabuki Chill Sherlock. They kind of got forgotten about a little bit, but we're back up to date now, which is why I'm doing this, even though I probably actually should be getting up to date because I haven't done anything the last 2 days. Well, I did one thing. I did the Cautious Hero one, and I've edited one for tomorrow, and I watched one to review, then got depressed. I'd been sat down playing Pokemon all day and decided to do something else. That was kind of my day, unfortunately. But yeah, so if you're new to the videos, because they're mainly for a VOD thing, this is more like an experiment that we're doing on our website, which is believinggeek.com. basically, as I said earlier, I've had anxiety my whole life. It's paranoid and social. I don't like talking to people very much. I've never had many good interactions with other humans either, which makes it worse because that plays into the paranoia that when you put yourself out there, this happens, so it's gonna happen again. So in the one or two places that I can go and talk, which is online places, the normal places, I tend to get told, because I like gaming, why don't you try streaming? Because especially because I don't want to make a job of it or anything like that. I don't think I'll ever get a following. I'm mainly doing it and then recording it to put on YouTube after. They were like, because you're doing that, you're doing the most awkward thing in the world. You're just talking to yourself. Like, I'm sat here and I've been talking for about 7 minutes to nobody. You know? If you can get over that, and then the one or two times you have people come in and talk, or, you know, whatever, you'll get over just talking to people in general when you're out and about. And especially because this streaming thing is so difficult, because for some reason my internet just does not like me, and it'll be fine forever, and then I'll start streaming and it will just cut out, and I'll be really upset because there's just no reason for it, and it just happens all of a sudden, and then it puts me off doing anything again, you know? So, ooh. So yeah, so I decided to come back and play Stardew Valley, basically. So it's one of my favourite games. It's one of the reasons why I really wanted to play it. And it's something that I can just talk through, you know. This one here is my normal file that I've been playing, obviously. The 72 hours worth of playing there. I'm not going to play that one. Wait a minute. Sorry, my dashboard just is gone, and I was worried the internet had gone again. Yeah, so I'm not going to play that one because I'm like in year 2, nearly at year 3. It's just a whole thing. This one though is one that I made up with my friend yesterday. Like, it's not a co-op or anything. It's just we were talking, and I said to him that I hadn't done Joja stuff yet because I always feel bad. And as you can see, we just like made a Karen. It's very stupid. It's boring as well because I am literally just going to be sat around the place fishing to get money to do the Joja stuff. That's basically all I'm doing. So I thought I might as well come on, make the video so that I can load something, so I haven't been gone for forever again. And yeah, we can talk about some anime, some wrestling, because I've been watching AEW a little bit. Not much. I'm so behind. I haven't really been watching it. And some TV shows, because I've been watching a load of TV shows recently. Like, it's the last season of Silicon Valley at the minute, which is one of my favourite TV shows. Sorry, I'm super paranoid about my internet not working. Super, especially because my phone just will not load anything. Oh, my computer's saying I'm live. So I'm gonna hope that my phone is just playing up and that it is working. I hope. So yeah, so this is like my evil Joja one, and I'm just gonna sit around fishing to get the money to do the Joja stuff, which I started yesterday. It was quite boring, sat there doing it on my own, so that's the reason there's only 4 hours and 10 minutes. I then decided to go and watch someone else playing something completely different. Oh, there's a notification. I don't think you can see it, thankfully. But like, I haven't done the Joja stuff yet, and I haven't done like getting the 1,000,000 gold. I thought I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone doing this. I mean, I'm never gonna 100% it because I'm so bad at that machine thing. There is no chance. I've never actually got past fall of year 2 either, because I usually like rush into getting married and stuff and then kind of get bored. Like, not of the game, but of like the save file, because then I'm like, even though you can divorce people, I kind of sit there and I'm like, what am I going to do now? I don't want to divorce someone. I just want something else to do. This time, I haven't actually married anyone in that file yet. I haven't done anything in that file really for a while. Like, I've just basically fished and farmed. There's something online that I found on the Stardew wiki that shows you if you're en route to getting a good score with the granddad when he comes back in year 3, and apparently I've just about gone over the limit because I'm like on 8-star friendship with everyone. I just finished the community centre because stupid me decided to plant the wrong trees in summer, so they weren't the fall trees. So then like the second day of summer, when I realised that, I had to run off, get the fall trees and stick them in my greenhouse so that they were there in winter. But so I've just done a community centre in that one, and I'm pretty much up to top hearts with nearly all the bachelors and bachelorettes. I think I'm definitely not with Alex because he's just difficult. I don't like him much, so I haven't even bothered with him. Not Penny either, but not because I don't like Penny, just I forget about her quite often. So like, I've got a list of them and I'm slowly ticking them off. But yeah, that's that. I don't know who I'm going to marry in it. It'd probably be Elliot. I really like Elliot. Be Elliot or Abigail. I like both, so it'll be a toss. Especially because my friends, I was literally playing this game and talking to a friend on Discord once, and he was going on about how I come out with the craziest stuff. Because I do. Like, on the blog, we used to do like the weekly question stuff and things like that. A lot of them came from online, but they were genuine questions that I found interesting. And everyone else was just sat there like, what the hell are you talking about? Why do you want to talk about aliens eating people? And I'm like, because it's an interesting subject to think about. And as we were arguing about this, and he was calling me crazy, Abigail just come up and said something like that. And he was like, I told you, you're just like Abigail. And I was like, oh my god. She does say the randomest things. And she, like the other day, I got to her 4-star heart thing, and she was just practicing her swordsmanship in a graveyard. And I just looked at it and I was like, yeah, that's probably something I would do if I had a sword. I have a graveyard quite close to me. I could go to that. I don't think they'd appreciate it though. But yeah, so we're going to play this one. I'm going to sit around and be boring and fish. I'm not buying anything from PS because I've decided to be completely evil, and we're just buying everything from Joja. We're not even farming that much. I'm farming parsnips because they only last for 4 days. Go for a 4-day cycle, so they're easy. And I've got a cat. I'm a dog person, so having a cat was the most evil thing I could think of doing. I'm not even going to get animals. I love getting chickens. Chickens are my favourite thing, other than ducks. It was raining, so I don't even have to do any work other than farming. That's like literally all I have to do today. My 1 parsnip seed there. It was because, for some reason, I did water them all. I must have gone over like 12 o'clock or something. And all of these had been watered, and that one wasn't watered properly, apparently, or whatever, so it didn't grow as much. And yesterday was the egg festival, which I didn't go to, obviously, because I'm on a farming thing, so I can farm here and get goldfish quite often. So I hadn't bothered. I needed the seeds, and I knew I couldn't get the seeds. So, I got them. I know this is 30. That's 30 parsnips there. So that's why I had the one seed for that. These were just mixed ones. And I'm really annoyed because I haven't got any weeds to cut down. As you can see, I haven't even put any effort. I've got most of my tools and stuff in here because I'm not doing anything. I went and got some crab pots. That's what I was doing. I was working towards getting the next fishing rod. That's my next goal. But yeah, this is it. This is Karen's life. She sits here and she fishes. That is it. I should go and buy some beers. She can fish with some beers. That would be a very Karen thing to do. I don't mean any insult on Karen's. My aunt's a Karen. She wouldn't fish at all. She is a bit money obsessed, but she wouldn't fish for money. That's for sure. You'll have to let me know about the sound because unfortunately my headphones are still broken. I very much spent my money this month on video games and I forgot I needed to buy a better... Like, my headset is fine, but the cordless Bluetooth ones, so I use them for my phone for when I walk to and from work, but they don't connect to my laptop, so I need to use the wire. And for some reason, even though I looked after the wire, like I did use the wire for a little bit because I was wearing them when I was working as well, and you kind of have to do that, or like they're cheap, so the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth would go funny when you're working, so I used the the lead for then. But for some reason, because of the cheap, basically, the cord just died on me. So at the minute I'm hearing out of one ear, and I did turn the sound down for the actual game a little bit. But if you want that up and my voice down, just let me know. My friend, who I might be playing this game with in the next coming weeks, he watched my VODs and he told me my voice was boring and I sounded bored. So that's another reason why I thought the Stardew one, because I have a very big problem that I'm very sarcastic most of the time when I'm around people. I'm not like a nice person, I'm a friendly person. I try to be friendly to people, but my emotions show on my face, and most of the time it's just I do not want to be there talking to someone because I'm nervous. So I'm very well aware that I have a problem with my voice. So, and especially because I haven't got face cam, I think that's the thing, because I'm such a smiley person when I'm talking, people kind of realise, no matter how much I drone on, that I'm not actually like grumpy or anything. But when I don't have, you can't see my face, so I just probably sound bored of life or something. When I'm not, I'm just very nervous. That's why I just babble on. But again, this is why I'm playing Stardew this time out, at least, because bear with me, obviously there were a hell of a lot of cutscenes and stuff, so I was silent because there was nothing for me to say, because we were watching cutscenes and they were voice acted as well, so it wasn't even like I was reading dialogue. So like I'd see people come into the chat and then I'd have to wait until a cutscene before I could talk to them, or the one person I had. But sometimes you'd be in the middle of a really long cutscene and you'd see viewers come in, but you couldn't really say anything because you feel bad if they missed out on hearing the story, especially because the story was so important. I can just talk completely. You can't shut me up playing this game because there's nothing else to do. Especially because we're with Karen here. She's just going to sit and fish and maybe go and get a beer. That might be something she does. I will, as I said on the other streams, I'm not streaming because I want to make anything of it. If I get followers, if I get a decent enough group of people that want to watch me play video games, that would be fantastic, because it will show that this experiment has worked. If not, it doesn't mean anything. I'll probably stream for a couple months, and if it goes nowhere and I don't feel the benefit of it, I'll just give it up, carry on writing instead. But I can't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, I might pause it from time to time just to double check that my internet's not playing up, because I'm on a delay anyway, so when my phone is working and showing me my stream, there's a good chance that it's died, and I'm just waiting for it to catch up to tell me it's died. I'm very, very paranoid about that at the minute. But yeah, so I'm doing this instead of watching anime this week. That's not fair. I've done a couple anime reviews this week. I did... What's the one that comes out on Monday? Oh, it's one of my favourites as well. Oh, The Average Abilities. The one about the girl that was reincarnated and she asked for her abilities to be average. She meant for a person, like average person, because she was like super smart and stuff and found it difficult to make friends in her first life. But they took it literally, and she's like average between the weakest creature on the planet and the strongest thing, which is like a dragon on the planet. And then like even her class, she's like the daughter of a viscount, because like from the lowest class to the highest class, that's like in the middle, something like that. And it's a really good anime. Like, I keep in my blogs and stuff comparing it to The Ascendance of the Bookworm, because they're both kind of, they're very, very different, but they're very, very similar. And I was so excited for Ascendance of a Bookworm, because I'm a bookworm. Like, my desk literally right now has like 3 piles of books ready to topple over onto my laptop. Literally, they do. Like, I've got, like, right here, I can see Marco Simoncelli's biography, Alex James' biography, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Japanese Tales of Mystery. I really shouldn't be taking my eyes off the screen. I can't hear when it goes off. By Edgar Rampo. There's Similarian Players, which is a Doctor Who book. I'm going to restart. I was not paying attention to that. I shouldn't be doing this. Shadow in the Glass, which is a Doctor Who book. One of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books. I don't know which one because the spine's broken, unfortunately. Volume 3 of One Punch Man. The other part is just that I can see are just Discworld books. I've got Moving Pictures. I don't know what that one is. Carpe Jugulum, Masquerade, Witches Abroad, Unseen Academicals, and Raising Steam currently in front of me. And then I've got like a shelf. All my Roald Dahl books. Volume 1 of Assassination Classroom, Mankind's first book, Have a Nice Day, I think it is, A Woman of No Importance by Oscar Wilde, and CSI Miami and New York books, and normal CSI, I guess, and The Green Mile. And some One Piece books as well. I like to read. That was the point. I like to read. Like, so I was really looking forward to Ascendance of a Bookworm. The problem with Ascendance of the Bookworm is the main character, mine, is so horrible. Like, how do you make a show about a bookworm and make them so horrible? Like, I just don't get it. She's been transported into this little girl's body, and she's so ungrateful for the fact that she obviously died and has been transported into this body, but she can't read a book because she's poor and books are for rich people. And she's a little girl and she's so horrible because she looks at like her dad trying to be comforting and loving and help her and stuff. And she's like, he's a bit weird, isn't he? I'm like, no, he's a dad. Mine is 6. You know? My sister still helps my niece that is 10 sometimes getting ready for things because they're kids, they're children. Oh, she's horrible. In comparison, Mile, which is the main character of Average... I don't know the full name of it. It's something like, didn't I say make my abilities average in the next life? That probably is it. Mile is such a nice character. Like, she died saving someone, so already she's still much better than mine. But she died saving someone, and she was reincarnated. And obviously, it's not gone to plan. She just wanted to be an average person that had an average life, that got to have friends, and she didn't. And like, her story's a bit Cinderella-ish. Like, in this world, like, this Viscount killed her mum and her brother, I think, and then got married to like a woman who hated her, with a daughter that hated her, and she turned into a Cinderella and had to do the chores and lived in an attic and all this kind of stuff. And then they sent her off to boarding school. But she's just such a positive and happy person, because she was like, she kind of got that this was a second chance for her. And I think that's why I like her so much, is because even though, like, hers is a comedy, like a proper comedy, and, like, anytime she, like, accidentally does anything that is Earth-like, so, like, she'll start talking about an anime or a TV show or whatever, and she's, like, obsessed with magical girls by the sound, or idols, one or the other. I wasn't really paying attention when she was talking about what it was. Like, whenever she does it, and there's like, what are you going on about? She's like, a secret family tradition? And even though, like, her friends now know that her family are horrible, like, they just shrug it off. But it's just so lovely. But the thing is, it started off just being like this happy anime that I loved watching, because obviously I've got bad depression, so I like watching things that make me smile. And this was it. This was the anime this year that made me smile. Compared to anything else, I would smile all the time watching that anime. It's so lovely. It's like, the last anime that made me smile this much was How to Keep a Mummy, and before that was Kinnaru Mosaic, because they were just cheerful and I love them, and I watch them all the time because they're just very cheerful, uplifting. Even when they do sad things, it's just uplifting. Oh my god, did this one get, like, dark and sad, and I cried on Monday. I was, like, I was watching it at, like, 6:30 in the morning, because I just decided that I don't want to wake up late on my holiday, because I'm on holiday at the minute, but I usually wake up at like 2 a.m, because I work from 6 a.m, and I walk to work, which takes 45 minutes, so I leave the house at 5, so I like getting up at 2. I don't get out of bed, I just lie there, wishing that I wasn't doing the work. So I was like, there's no point in me starting to get up at 9 for 2 weeks. So I've been getting up at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock, just so that I'm not, like, oversleeping compared to what I will be when I go back to work, not next week, the week after. So I was awake, and I was watching it like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was just in tears. It was so sad. It was so beautiful. It was such a well-written episode, and it was like the culmination of 3 episodes worth of storytelling, which recently so many animes that I've watched haven't bothered with that kind of stuff. Like, one of the other ones I'm watching this season, I can't actually remember if I'm reviewing. I think I am reviewing it. I might not be reviewing it. Luke might be reviewing it. But one of the ones I'm watching is Fire Force, and the problem I had with the majority of Fire Force was that they rushed everything. So, like, with the Irish stuff, like, it kind of happened in 2 episodes, and you kind of felt like, well, I don't care about Iris enough to care about what she's doing with whatever the captain of the 5th is. I don't care about that because you haven't given me a reason to care. They've got better with that. The last 2 stories, or the story they're in at the minute, and the story they did before with Benny have been amazing. But for the longest time, they just rush stories and you just don't care. Whereas Average Ability, they really, like, it was the story of Rena, who is one of the 4 main characters. Oh my god, this fish is annoying. And, she basically, her dad was a merchant, and he got murdered by bandits, and then the heroes that saved her from going into slavery made her part of their family. And then they got murdered by bandits. So she took this job dealing with bandits because she basically because she killed the bandits that killed the heroes. Like, she got angry and she used the magic that one of the heroes had been teaching her. And it's kind of like one of those things that she felt like the other girls had to learn, that they would have to kill humans at some point. Because at that time, they were just killing, like, they were collecting things and killing golems and stuff. And, like, the first episode was just that. They were just, like, showing that. And then the second episode, they went through all of their backstories. And I thought, well, that's it. Like, everyone now knows why Rena is upset and why she is the way she is. And they all did the whole, you know, we're family now. You've got us. You don't have to worry. We'll be together. Don't sweat it. So you think it's all... And especially, like, the third episode then. Or this is, like, episode 5, 6, and 7 or something like that. But, like, the third episode in the story... Like, they get back to town with the old man, and the old man's all happy, and you meet his granddaughter, and his granddaughter's small and cute, and he's telling them about how her parents have gone off, so he's basically the only family she's got at the minute, and it's, you know, heartwarming. It's a lovely story. And then he goes off again, you don't think about it, and then suddenly this guy comes running back in, and he's like, they've all been killed, and you think this old man's been killed, and oh my god. I won't talk about the rest of it because it only came out on Monday, but it was just the saddest thing, and that whole episode just had me crying. Like, constantly crying. It was that good. And the problem with it is because it's a comedy as well, and because it does have, like, stupid stuff, like, the main villain they've had so far has been kidnapping little girls because she wants to make a harem of little girls so that she can lie in their lap and stuff. And, like, there's a whole joke that Mile gets really upset when people comment on the fact that she's flat-chested because she will grow, as she keeps telling people. And, like, you tell people about it and you, like, add that because you've got to tell them everything. There's my cat, by the way. There's the cat. I just picked up the model ship. Why did I pick up the model ship? But yeah, so, like, you have to tell them that along with the good drama pieces. And a lot of the beginning of the season was just comedy. And I think a lot of people, when I was telling them about it, was like, oh, I wouldn't really want to watch that because it's just a comedy, isn't it? And I'm like, it's so much more than that, though. And I had that with, I've just done Luke's review on the High School Prodigies. And I made a point in the highlights, which I'm going to give away now for anyone who watches it. Like, I've been going for 30 minutes right now, so anyone that gets to 30 minutes that's interested in my anime highlight blog, which never comes out on time, one of the points I put in there is, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but you watch the High School Prodigies opening sequence, and it's one of the most cheerful sounding things in the world. This episode, it was just disgusting and horrible, and it was not something you really want to be watching. Like, in a good way, like, it was dramatic and stuff, but then it was, like, bookmarked by an opening credit scene that wasn't anything like it, and an ending credit scene, which is actually quite good. But that, when I first read about it, people were like, oh, it's going to be a comedy, and it's just so dramatic, and I'm like, there is comedy in it, there's a lot of comedy in it. But it is just so amazing. And people turn their nose up on comedy animes, especially ones with, like, romance in it, or anime girls with the big boobies. They don't like it. But you miss so much. Like, when people categorize anime as just that, you miss out on so much more. Like, I've heard people saying there's not that much anime to watch, and I'm like, they bring out, like, 50 odd shows every season. Summer, winter, fall, and spring. You know, you get shows all the time. You just gotta look, because they can be amazing, but they can be hidden behind... Like, if I tried to explain to someone No Guns Life, which is another one I think Luke is reviewing, I'm just talking about all his anime. It's about a guy that has a gun for a head, but it is such a good anime. It really is. We've got Demetrius here. Hi Karen, I have some good news for you. A few days ago, I made a breakthrough in my research on the local environment. I'll spare you the technical details and get to the point. You know that empty cave over there, a little ways to the west? Well, I have a way to turn it into something useful for both of us. I'd like to set up the cave to attract some local species. That way I can observe them in a more controlled environment, and you can harvest whatever products they produce. I can either set up the cave to attract mushrooms or fruit bats. The bats will sometimes leave fruit for you to collect. I'm going to go with the bats. Alright, I'll go set it up for you right now. It shouldn't take any time at all. Thanks for letting me do this. I have the mushrooms in my other game. That's basically why. Hello dear. I know you're just getting started as a gardener, so I wanted to give you a little tip. Most crops only grow in one season. When summer arrives, your spring crops will all die out, so plan ahead. Granny Evelyn. I'm not even talking... Evelyn and George were the two people I, like, kind of befriended first, along with, like, Sam and his whole family in my game... Other game. My good game that I've got going at the minute. I'd never... Like, I think Linus was the first one I got 4 hearts with in that playthrough. Because I've never bothered to befriend him. I am boring. I usually do Robin and Maru and Sebastian and Demetrius. Not that I've ever been like a Sebastian fangirl or anything. But I know like loads of people. I just, because I was always going there, it was just easier to bring things for them. Because you would, like, when you first play it, you just get interested in every little thing to do with it. And they were the ones you'd mostly be seeing because you'd be going there for upgrades and stuff. Let's go and get this fishing rod. Yeah, Karen is too good for all the people in Stardew Valley. She doesn't talk to them. And she checks their bins every day. And judges them for throwing out perfectly good cookies. I haven't even looked at the calendar. The calendar's still got a question mark on it. Oh, bloody Alex. Alex is the only person I've never even attempted to befriend. At all. In any way. Like, he's the most difficult, I find. Like, I had a list of all the things they all like, and his stuff tends to be like the most difficult to get. You can usually, like, you know, Linus likes just about anything, and George likes leeks which you can forage, and most people like a cropped of some kind, or a fish of some kind. Like, a lot of them like diamonds as well, but that was easy when you get the thing that, like, you put your diamond in and it just makes lots of them. What am I doing? I'm not going in the caves either, so I need to keep buying. I'm not doing this efficiently. I know I'm not. I'm well aware. I don't really care about that. There we go. I know the buttons. It's not like I have over 200 hours in this game. I know the buttons, really. And fishing's my favourite bit as well. Mainly because I do think I'm a little bit money obsessed in these games, regardless of what route I'm taking. Also, I would not recommend listening to the Stardew Valley soundtrack with a broken headset because it sounds creepy. So creepy. It's easy to get to the cave in this one. I haven't cleared the path properly. Yeah. Yeah. I can do that. Ooh, my cave. Ooh, cave. Look! There's already little bats in there. Look at the bats. Heh, bats. I like how the cat just kind of like pancakes itself. That is the cat. The dog sits there wiggling his tail. The cat pancakes itself. Wait a minute, I've got to put this rod away. That's most of my morning gone. It's pretty much my normal day. I blink and it's 11 o'clock. Like, it's bad today. I haven't even eaten my lunch yet. Like, I was sat there all morning like, it's not lunchtime yet, it's not lunchtime yet, it's not lunchtime yet. And I looked at my clock, it was like 1 AM, and I was, 1 PM even. I was like, I need to do something else. And I kind of wanted to go out and take photos, but the problem I have at the minute is that I live next to 2 nature reserves, but I go there on my own quite often. And I didn't want to go any further out, just in case I had a panic attack, or it started to rain, or started to snow, or something went wrong. And I don't like getting buses much on my own either. So that's why I kind of decided to stream, was because I was like, I had nothing else to do, and I didn't want to just sit there watching TV anymore. Like, I was playing Pokemon at the same time, but I didn't want to do it anymore. I wanted to go out. It's been really nice here. Really, really nice. Yeah, that's the problem, we've got no friends. Like, I had no one to go out with. It was sad. But that is why I got one more anime review done this week, which is the Cautious Hero one. That was a good episode. It needed a good episode. Like, it went on break after its third episode, or its second episode, and the next episode, like, after the week break, was awful. But it's actually not so bad at the minute. It's definitely not going to be in my top 5 of this season's anime. It's not even going to be anywhere close to being recommended. Like, it's at episode 7 now, and it's only just getting good. Like, the only reason, like, Ascendance of the Bookworm, I'm watching this week's episode, and if it upsets me or annoys me in one more little tiny bit, I'm not watching any more of it. I'm just not. Whereas I've never got that with the Cautious Hero stuff. I just kind of got annoyed that they didn't bother to give him any character after a while. It didn't upset me too much. And I think the best two, or the best 3 anime this season are unfortunately the 3 that came from the from last season. So Fire Force, Dr. Stone, and Vinland Saga. They're my 3 favourites. And it isn't necessarily because they've had longer either, because not Dr. Stone, Fire Force's first half was difficult to watch at times. It was really, really difficult to get into that one. And it still kind of is. Like, most of the story you want to hear about the world and stuff gets told right at the beginning, and like little flashes of someone telling you about it, and then it'll go into the main episode, and you don't really care that much about whatever the actual story is, because you want to know about the world. But that one's got good in the last couple like the last 2 stories, and Dr. Stone's always been good. There's been a couple, like, it wasn't my favourite last season. It had its moments, but again, since you got to like the Ishigami village, it's been really, really good. I like Kinro and Ginro. Can never remember which one's which, but I really like them 2 as characters. I love them 2 as characters. And that's getting good as well. Like, I like the story of his dad they did, and like explaining how Ishigami Village came to be a thing. Like, it made little actual sense when you think about it, but it was nice. Like, children just seemed to sprout out of the ground in that village at one point. Like, everyone was dying, and yet more and more children were arriving. I have no idea where they come from, but by the time his dad died, like, the village was just full of kids. I was like, alright. But I did like that one. And Vinland Saga, like, that's just been on a week break. And I hate that it's been on a week break, because it's about to be Thorfinn versus Thorkel for the 3rd time, I think. Because the first time he took out his fingers, and the second time one of them stopped the fight so Thorfinn and the prince could escape. I think it was Thorkel stopped the fight. And now, like, Thorfinn, like, basically Askeladd's group, which is the group that Thorfinn's with, decided they didn't want to follow Askeladd anymore, and Thorfinn had gone with the prince. But like I've been saying in my highlight blogs and stuff, the thing with Thorfinn is that there's like kind of this really weird dad thing going on with him and Askeladd, because like, the one thing that bugs me, I mean, it is within character that you wouldn't say anything, but the one thing that bugs me is that Askeladd allows him to blame him for everything in the world. Like, he did kill his dad. That is the thing that happened. How his dad died was not really Askeladd's fault. He had a job to do. He had to kill Thors. Bjorn had been knocked out and didn't realise what was going on, so cheated because he didn't see what was happening. You know? And also, I don't think it will change Thorfinn much. He should know that Floki was the one that wanted Thor's dead. He should know that. He should know that it wasn't just Askeladd being a pirate. He had a job and he did that job. I have a feeling they're not going to even bother with that. Or they might. I don't know. But he went to save Askeladd because he wants to be the one to kill Askeladd. Which is funny because Thorkel wasn't even going to kill him anyway. I love Thorkel. He's like been the best character. And, well, Askeladd's been the best character. But Thorkel, like, he's just so funny. Like, every time, he's so terrifying. He's a giant and he throws stuff. But he's so funny. I love him. He's just my favourite. But I was really upset when I realised that didn't have an episode last week. Because I went to watch that on Monday morning. Because it hadn't come out on Sunday when I checked for it. So I went to check on Monday morning and it still wasn't out. And then I tried to look up the reason. And as soon as I put Vinland Saga in, it was like, this anime is on a break. And I was like, oh, alright then. But that is technically why the highlight blog was late. Was because I was waiting for that until I bothered to check it up. And then I had problems writing my Babylon review. Because Babylon's kind of weird. Like, I feel like I make it sound really bad when I review it. But it isn't. But you need to watch it. You know? It's just weird. Greetings, Karen. It's our pleasure to inform you that your farm will be featured in next week's up-and-coming column of the Stardew Valley Tribune. Congratulations. We're impressed with your quick progress. I haven't done anything. Oh, I've got another one. Dear neighbour, I hope you are feeling settled in your new home. I am writing to let you know that Pierre's store is now selling fertilisers. Why don't you swing by and see if you can afford a few dozen boxes or so? Because I won't have enough money to ruin everyone's life. Do, 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 do. Boo, 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 boo. I was actually gonna, like last week, stream Planet Zoo. It's why I brought Planet Zoo instead of the Professor Layton game that come out on the Switch. Because basically, where am I going? What am I doing? I don't need to go anywhere today. Pierre might have told me to go and see him, but I don't need to go and see him. But yeah, I took holiday off in September, which affected this paycheck. So I technically didn't have enough money to buy the Planet Zoo and the Professor Layton game. So I brought Planet Zoo because I thought it'd be a nice game to stream. And it's just... I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I wish I'd bought Professor Layton. And then I got so depressed about it. I bought a pizza. And I looked at like a takeaway pizza from Papa John's. I looked at the price of the takeaway afterwards and was like, I could have bought Professor Layton with that money. Now I really don't have the money to spend on Professor Layton, but I could have spent that money on the game. But I've been trying so hard, but that one also does actually just not agree with my laptop very much. And it's not even that the graphics, like, it just, I don't know, it's just not a happy game. I don't like it very much. It upsets me because I was really looking forward to it as well. In a way, I'm happy that I didn't know because I get to do Stardew Valley and like next week my friend's working, my friend that I work with is working like Monday, but then he's got like Monday evening, Tuesday and Wednesday off, and he's just got the game because I told him to get it. And he was like, do you want to play? And I was like, yeah, I'll play with you. But I said to him that I want to get back into streaming. I didn't think I'd be able to stream today because I thought I was going to be busy. And because Pokemon come out. Sorry. And so he was like, well, if you do stream on like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't mind you streaming it whilst talking to me. And that might be a good thing, you know, because like I'll have someone to talk to. I wouldn't just be sitting here talking to myself. But he's also like, he's played it for like 4 or 5 hours. And his farm looks amazing. And he's already like, oh, it's just, the work he's put in. It's more than I've put in my other farm. And I've been doing it for 2 years. I just don't think he's going to enjoy playing with me, to be honest. We'll see. We will see. To be fair, though, it wasn't Planet Zoo that was the game that I bought instead of Professor Layton. I bought the Outer Worlds instead, which is more expensive than both of them. But I watched, like, I've got a couple streamers, obviously, that I like watching. And 2 of them, like, one only streamed it for 1 stream. Like, he's not a full-time streamer or anything. And he come on and he played a little bit. And I fell in love with the game. And the next day, the other guy started to play it. And he played it. I think he played it. I didn't watch all of his streams. I don't tend to watch all of his streams. I watch all the other one's streams. And I watch the archives of his streams. And I watch his old archives. Because he's my favourite. And I love him. But, and I watched, another guy play it. But he played it. Like, he streams for, like, a company channel thing on YouTube. And he tends to do, like, he's got a character, and he tends to do, like, stupid things. And it was so funny watching him play it. But he only does it for 2 hours. The other 2 played, as I said, one played it through, I think, to the end. And the other one played it for a good, like, 4 or 5 hours. I just fell in love with the game, and I needed to buy it. And that's why all my reviews got held back that week when that came out, was because I was playing that all the time. And then Luigi's Mansion was also out, which I bought. I bought that at the beginning of October, because I was like, even though I was going to get paid before then, I was like, it's technically an October game that I want to buy, so I might as well buy it with my October paycheck. And I had to wait until the last day of October to get it. And I never completed it either. I got really angry at some of the, I think, like, that rainbow flashlight. I don't know if it was in the second game or not, but I've never played the second game. And there was, like, a puzzle that used it, and there was no indication, and that was what you needed to use. And I was running around for, like, 10-20 minutes, and then just gave up, because I was like, this isn't fun. Like, I can't figure out what to do, and it's not fun anymore. And then I went back to it, like, 5 days later, and read online that that was what I was meant to do. And I was like, I don't find that, and I've not found any of the bosses fun. Like, I find them such a pain in the backside. Like, I love the game. Don't get me wrong. I really love the game. But the bosses are just so stressful. Like, don't, like... The only one I haven't found, like, the early game bosses I didn't find stressful. Like, I'm talking about, like, the big ones. Like, the guy on the piano. The knight/king, whatever he is. And, whatever, the gardener, the one that comes next. And, like, the gardener one, I knew what to do. Like, I knew what to do. It's such a pain trying to get it to be there, do it, though. And I just get so angry. And, like, I tire myself out doing it. I just don't care. And then today I've been playing Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't know if I like it. And it's not like, I'm not one of those people that don't like that they haven't got whatever the Pokedex thing is, because I obviously, because I don't even know the name, never used it. And I don't care that a load of Gen 1 Pokemon aren't in it. Things like that just don't bother me. But there's a lot of hand-holding in that game. Like, I've got to... It's not really a sport. I got to the first gym, but instead of just going to fight a gym, you gotta, like, sign up. And it's this whole big thing, because gym things are such a big thing in the Galar region. So, I signed up, and then you walk out, and, like, the person, like, there's a guide there that's like, oh yeah, I'll take you to where you need to be, basically. And I was like, that's fine, because I don't know where I'm going, and it's meant to be a big city. Not that they've let you see that it's a big city at this point. But it's literally just the next house down the road. Like, it's literally just, like, right next to it. So then you end up in this hotel, and you do stuff in there, and, like, it doesn't take very long, and then you walk back outside, because this is the next day, and he's like, there again, like, do you want me to escort you back to the gym? And I'm like, it's literally the building right next to it. Like, I think even little kids would get the point. And it's just a lot of it. There's a lot of cutscenes as well. And, like, it's not like the whole, this isn't the Pokemon I want kind of stuff. It's more of, like, I want to be able to play the game. And so far I haven't felt like I've been playing the game. I felt like I've been watching cutscenes a lot. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I know a lot of people like that in other games, but this is Pokemon, and I don't know, I haven't found battling very fun either, because, like, you'll be walking around and you'll challenge something to a battle, because you, like, I've leveled up my Score Bunny to level 19, I think, which has taken all morning, because, like, you'll walk around and you start fighting something, and it'll pop up with, you're fighting an extremely tough whatever. There's no indication that it's going to be really tough, and they're usually, like, some of them were, like, level 29 when I was only level 19. One of them was, like, level 49. I was like, there's nothing that tells me that these things are going to be things I cannot beat. But even then, some of the easy, like, the lesser leveled ones, they just seem, even if your attack is effective against them, you don't seem to hurt them. And it just winds me up. That's why I'm not playing it. That's why I got bored. I got a bit depressed because I wanted to go out and I had no one to go out with. Especially because, like, I forgot that it was the light switched on yesterday. Not that my sister would have gone with me, but I hadn't even asked around for anyone to go with me. Like my sister or my mum or anything, so I didn't go. And I don't know really when I'm going to be in town next to take pictures of the lights, which I like doing every year. And it was just pretty today, and I was like, I'm indoors, and I don't have to be indoors. I'm only indoors because I'm made myself be indoors. So then I did the even more antisocial thing of going upstairs to stream. And the thing is, again, because, like, I have favourite streamers. One of them, like, not one of the two I've been talking about, or three that I've been talking about. One of them is like a full-time stream, and he streams from like 8 o'clock our time. So I'll go to sleep watch it, but my favourite streams at like 2 AM this time. And it's annoying, because even when I'm working, so I'm awake at that time, I'm usually going before he's finished. And, like, I want to start being active in his chat and stuff, mainly because, like, I just want to, you know? I don't usually do things like that, so I just kind of want to. And, but he doesn't, he finishes after I go to work. So, like, along with the whole, I don't want to be, like, waking up at 9 PM or 9 AM even every day, because I'm going to go back to work and then I'm not going to be ready for getting up at 2 a.m. again. I want to keep waking up early and stuff. Oh, I can give her that back. I also want to wake up just in case, because like I woke up the other day and he wasn't streaming, and I kind of went back to sleep, and he suddenly started streaming like an hour later, but I missed it because I was like half asleep, and like I was like, oh, he's not going to stream today because it's past the time he usually streams, and then he streamed late. So then, like, it got me, like, especially like this morning, like I was waking up anyway for Pokemon, but like it was in my head, it was like he said he might stream today, he said he might, so I might want to be awake. And then he didn't stream, and I was like there since like 2 a.m. playing Pokemon, and I'm not enjoying the game as much as I thought I would. And the thing is, like, I stopped playing the Outer Worlds to play Planet Zoo, so like there's no point me going back the shortcut because I have a load of crap in front of the stuff that I can't get rid of, so I have to go the long way and hope I get back in time. But so yeah, like a little bit of the interest in the Outer Worlds dwindled because like I was in the middle of half quests and stuff, and I was just kind of like, alright, I can't remember what I was doing, but I'll play it again. And then I was watching something. It always comes down to the fact that I'm watching YouTube when I'm doing stuff, and I just get like, even though I know I can watch the YouTube thing again whenever I want, I get so obsessed with watching it that I don't pay attention to it. That's why I play games like this, or Banished a lot, or like Darkest Dungeon a lot when I'm watching YouTube, because I don't have, like, I do have to pay attention to Darkest Dungeon, but I don't have to pay as much attention as I do to a story game. There's the cat. Oh, we're not even done with the first season, and we're nearly like level 10 fishing. I never wrote down how much money I needed either for anything. I know I haven't got enough money. Oh, that's right, I need to go to Joja today to get parsnips. Didn't that work out well for me? I think it's like 15,000, yeah, something like that. But yes, the only other anime I've watched this spare week is the wrestling one, Kimono Michi Rise Up. I watched that before I started to stream. They're actually going to make a wrestling promotion. It took till episode 7 for that to happen. But I've got like I've got everything to watch, to be honest. But also one day instead of watching... No, I don't think it was instead of watching wrestling. I think it was Tuesday. I think Tuesday's the day none of the anime comes on. I started to catch up with AEW. I got rid of the WWE network. I don't have Sky. I don't have BT. They're on BT now, aren't they? I don't have anything to watch. Well, I do have BT. I don't have BT TV, though. I can't watch WWE, so I used to watch the pay-per-views, and that was all I'd watch. And then I'd watch, like, Defiant, which was on YouTube, which is the British one. But they're gone. And I used to go to my own local shows. So, like, Reach Wrestling, which took the place, basically, of, PWA. I used to go to like near enough every show for like a year or two of Pro Wrestling Pride, which everybody hates. But yeah, I never really watched WWE except for that. Like, I would probably get the network for the Royal Rumble and then keep it through to WrestleMania and watch WrestleMania as well. And it's not even that I don't like it, I can't keep up with it because I don't have anything to watch it on. And like, if I want to watch Raw and SmackDown, I have to wait until they air like a month or two afterwards on the network. So there's just never any point. And like, I went off wrestling a little bit. Like, I had some bad times at wrestling shows with fans and stuff, and it put me off. But strangely enough, I still watch Cultaholic videos all the time. Wait a minute, let me write this down. But yeah, I watch Cultaholic all the time, and it isn't even that they were like, they're super... Oh, I can't see anything, it suddenly got dark. They're super positive about it. But they're positive about everything. They try to find the positives in everything. And it just makes me want to watch it. So, because it's free in the UK, not the pay-per-views, but the weekly show is free in the UK, I sat and watched a couple episodes of AEW the other day. And it kind of bored me, to be honest. Like, not in a bad way. I don't think it's just... apparently has now. I've watched the first 3 episodes, I should say. That's as far as I got. I think I watched a little bit of episode 3, and not that I didn't want to watch it anymore. I just decided that I'd watched enough wrestling at that point, so I went off and did something else. But it's not that it's bad either. It's been good. It's just. It was building up to their first proper pay-per-view from televised, like, not obviously their first proper pay-per-view, but, like, their first pay-per-view after they were televised. So it was the first time they were, like, building stories and stuff. And I couldn't get over the fact that it was just funny to me that it was a load of ex-WWE guys all the time. And I didn't like some of the, like, people that were there that I hadn't heard. Like, I love Jimmy Havoc. I love Jimmy Havoc. But there were other guys that I couldn't find a reason to like. And I couldn't be surprised or care about something like Jake Hager showing up. Because I was a Jack Swagger fan. But even I've just no interest in him anymore. Apparently people do. Though I have a feeling people will cheer just about anything in AEW at the minute. Not in a nasty way, but people just want to make a point. Because I do not think people would be cheering Jake Hager anywhere else in the world other than AEW. Honestly, I do not think they would. But, oh, I was going to go give Robin her thing. But, yeah. It wasn't bad. I am going to probably catch up. Like, I've got to watch... Episode 3 might be down now. But I've got to watch episode 3 properly. And then I think it's up to episode 7 now. So that's something I'm going to be watching. Especially because I really like tag team wrestling. And they keep going on that they're going to make a big thing of tag team wrestling. So... And they've got Angelico and Jack Evans. And I'm such a huge fan of Angelico. I really love Angelico. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with them. Because they're on a losing streak or something. I believe. I believe that is their story. And I know people are going to hate me for it, but I do not. Ooh. Ooh, money. I do not like the Young Bucks. Like, that's probably the reason I didn't care much about AEW to begin with, was because I just don't like the Young Bucks. I never have. I've never seen it. Like, it's not that I don't think they're talented, they're just not the kind of wrestling I like. Which is weird, because I really love the Motor City Machine Guns, and a lot of people compare the two. I just don't get it, though. And, I wasn't surprised that they didn't win their match against. Oh, what were they called? The something party. I only remember the party bit because my cousin was watching it with me and he misheard and he thought it was whatever it is pudding, and I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, so I'm going to catch up with that at some point. I need to watch more wrestling. Like, as I said, I watch Cultaholic every single day. Like, I watch the new, because I love Tom Campbell. Like, Adam Pacitti is my favourite human in the world. Like, anyone who spends any time with me will know that I love Adam Pacitti to pieces. But I love Tom Campbell. I love the way he does his videos. And, I watch the news every day. I have no idea what's going on because I don't watch wrestling. But he makes me want to watch wrestling. Which is the thing, because I'm thinking of getting... Oh, it doesn't matter because it's on BT. But I'm thinking of getting Sky instead of BT because my internet's just so bad and I don't know what it is. Because it's not my computer and it's not apparently BT. So I don't know what it is. So I'm thinking, like, the thing is my dad left it in debt under our name, like the Dunn name. So because I admitted that I was related to him, we were in the same house still when we asked... Like, I've got a black mark on my name until we pay off like £100 and something to Sky. Which I have the money to do now. Like, I've been really good with my saving. I wasn't really good with my savings last month, I lie. But I've been really good this month. I haven't touched them this month. Nothing. I will need to probably put some money in my normal account because I think I overspent on food yesterday. But I'm thinking after Christmas to just go to Sky with, like, the highest broadband. Because the thing is, like... I want to do things like this more often. Because I do enjoy it when I do it. And because it's just something different for our blog, basically. And I do, like, I say that I don't want to do this, like, to any great extent, but I would kind of like to do it on a regular enough basis that maybe one person or two people find it and enjoy spending time with me. Like, it's an experiment to see if it helps with my social anxiety, and if I could get to a point where I was, like, streaming 2 or 3 times a week, and there was even just one person who found me and was coming into the streams and stuff. You know, that would make it worth it. But I can't do that with the internet because, like, it only messed up once today so far. I shouldn't say that. It's going to mess up now. But it's only messed up once today. But, oh my god, was it so depressing when it happened. I was just so upset. I messaged my friend Aaron and I was just, like, absolutely gutted because I'd been talking for, like, 4 minutes and then it just went off and I was like, it's going to be like that. And the thing is, then I get, like, embarrassed as well, because no one's ever going to see this, really. No one knows. I could carry on recording it and just put a whole thing up on YouTube and pretend I streamed. You know, no one ever would ever know the difference. But I knew, and you feel embarrassed because you're like, you want to do this, and people might show up, and then your internet cuts out, and they're like, oh, well, you know, they're not a very good streamer, are they? And, like, I'm not. You know, I'm saving up money right now to buy a bloody PC. I haven't even got a PC yet. But, yeah, I think getting better internet is going to be the next thing, or the first thing, probably before getting the computer, honestly. Because the thing is, the way the house is as well, I can't plug my computer in because, like, all that stuff is downstairs and I couldn't figure it out. And you can't have wires hanging around the house because my dog will manage to find them and destroy them. It's just a nightmare. So I have to rely on my Wi-Fi, which isn't the best thing to do anyway, I know that. But it's even, like, even when I'm not streaming, when I'm doing just normal stuff from time to time, it will just, like, not want to be online at all. And some days you're just constantly restarting it, and I don't know what's wrong with it. And BT have looked at it and it's like, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm like, there is something wrong with it. Like, it can do this when there's an engineer in the house, and they'll still be like, there's nothing wrong with it, though. It's very frustrating. It's very upsetting as well. Especially because, like, I tend to go to bed quite early. I don't always go to sleep early, but I tend to go to bed like 8, 9 o'clock. Which is really early for me, because I usually tend to go to sleep at about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But as I said, I'm a light sleeper, so when my notifications go off, I usually tend to wake up. And because I go to bed excited thinking that streamers I like might come online like 11 p.m. through to about 2 a.m. Like, it's like I'm programmed to hear the Twitter notification on my phone go off and just wake up. But then if the internet goes off in the night when, like, my cousin's still using it, and he doesn't bother he just decides to go to bed instead of restart it or something, I miss those notifications. Then I wake up to my alarm at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I've missed an hour of a stream, and then that sets me off because I'm miserable then for the rest of the day. I'm miserable anyway, but that's not the point. That's not the point. It's getting really, really dark in here. Instead of put my normal light on, I'm going to put my little Halloween lights on. It's just got dark. I mean, it does get dark around this time now anyway. But it's just got cloudy. I think it might be snowing. Everywhere seems to have had snow other than us. Talking of snow, I'm having so many problems trying to buy a present for a friend. I'm not even buying it on my own. Me and another friend are buying it. And we just don't know what to get. And they know exactly what to get us. They've got us stuff. And we're like, we don't know what to get. It's getting close to Christmas. Dear Karen, I read an article about you in the local paper. I'm so impressed with your progress on the farm. Keep this up and dear old Dad might be retiring in a Fern Island luxury bungalow after all. Love, Dad. Why doesn't he go and make his own money? And retire in his own money? Ooh. Do 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 do. Sorry, I was just checking that everything was going okay for a change. I'm also just going to quickly go and get some water, because I've ran out and I don't talk this often, this much very often, so my throat is starting to hurt a little bit. I'll be right back. Right back. have my donuts. Go bed, Scooby. Bed. Good boy. No, bed. Sorry, my dog doesn't seem to realise that it's not his feeding time at this present moment. It's getting close. So I gave him a treat. Because he was just stood looking at his food bowl. Go away, you're not getting one. Go in bed. Ugh. But yeah, he was standing staring at his food bowl. So I gave him a treat. And I decided to I bought the frozen mini donuts from Asda yesterday. I've been like eating them here and there. He just followed me. He sat in my doorway staring at my donut. He gets fed at 5. It's only 4:26. My guinea pigs are the same. Like, they obviously get food all through the day, the guinea pigs, because they need it. But they get like their greens and stuff at 5. And I'll like toss out their muesli and stuff and refill it. Some days, not every day. They tend to empty it out themselves, to be honest. They're little morons. But it's like they don't know the clock's went back. So they start asking for it at 4 o'clock and you're like, no, it's 5 o'clock. Go away, Scooby. The problem with Scooby is that technically the top of the stairs was his bed for a long time. That's where we had his bed. My mum also let him jump on the sofa as a form of bed. He's got so many places to go when you say bed. He just doesn't listen, to be honest. Oh. You know, I did that really stupid thing this month where I bought a load of party food for some reason. Like, I only have one drawer in the fridge freezer to put food in. Bearing in mind, this house has 3 freezers. I'm only allowed a drawer in one of the freezers for my monthly shop. Because my mum and my cousin use the others. How they need why they need that much food, I do not know. My cousin ate like 20 bloody sausages this morning before we went to work. But we had party food at work before I went on holiday, and I was like, I could have like a little bit of this and a little bit of that with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Then I got back, like my final day, I got home and I was like, I needed to buy chips because I don't have chips. And the only, what do you call it? The only vegetables I had was sweet corn, frozen sweet corn. I haven't remedied that. I have not remedied any of that. I was alright because I had some, like, I brought back some salads and stuff, like protein salads and stuff from work for my lunches. So my lunches have been alright, and I have a banana for breakfast most days. I've been eating a lot of oranges from the co-op. Well, it's not like I haven't had fruit and well, it's not like I haven't had fruit. I've had a lot of sweet corn. But even yesterday, like, my sister asked me to go and do her final bit of, like, Christmas shopping for her girls. Because, like, her youngest one's only 1, so, and she wasn't feeling well, so she had to do the shopping with her, and it was, like, for her big present as well. So I went with them, if she would take, like, she was going to Asda anyway, and I was like, well, if you, let me go to Asda with you, then I'll go to Smith's with you. And even then, like, most of the food and stuff I brought was party food stuff. So my lunches for the next week aren't going to be healthy, and it all needs to be eaten because it all like runs out on the 21st. So it needs to be eaten. And I've got that reminds me, I had a Scotch egg for lunch that I haven't eaten, and I don't think it's going to be any good tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm going to have. Like, I've got chicken skewers. I do now have onion rings, and I have breaded mushrooms. But I got chicken gaizus, whatever they're called, and duck spring rolls, and lots of pigs in blankets. I do have sausages in my fridge though. I took them out of the freezer yesterday, but left the bacon that I had in the freezer in there. I could have taken the prawns out. I could have had prawns with my sausage. I might only do like, well, I'm not going to cook all of them. Do sweet corn sausages and onion rings. I'm just getting hungry. I haven't eaten since this morning. I think the last time I ate something was about 9 o'clock this morning. Doesn't sound like a long time, but because I've been bored, and because I've been struggling with that whole, I don't really want to be doing this, I don't really want to be doing that, I haven't really been enjoying this, I want to watch that. Like, right now, my thing is, I want to finish in, like, about half hour. Because then I've been going for 2 hours anyway. I want to, like, finish in about half hour. But then I'm like, do I want to stay upstairs and do something upstairs on my own? Do I want to go downstairs and have the big TV and watch something on the big TV? Like, I don't fall asleep until 9, 10 o'clock anyway. So I could sit down and do that in the comfort of the living room with the big TV. But then if I'm in bed, then it doesn't matter if I fall asleep. And if someone starts streaming that I want to stream, and they're doing it early, I'm in bed so I can nap. I don't have to then run upstairs with my laptop or anything. I have, obviously, the biggest problems in the world. I usually have my tea about 5:30, so it makes sense to stop at about 5. I don't think I'll be able to stream tomorrow, unless my cousin goes out. Like, my mum's working in the morning, but if I don't get up before my cousin and go downstairs and do something, he'll go out. Like, not in a nasty, he'll have the front room thing. We don't really watch or do the same things, and I don't think either of us really enjoy each other's company all that much. And, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to reply to my mum. She's on her way home. My phone is getting old and it will not write what I want it to. Oh, and I set desktop stuff on my phone off. That's right, this actual stream is working so I can see it running. I just can't see if anyone actually joins me. Oh, But yeah, so like if he wakes up before me and he goes downstairs, like he won't wake up before me, but I might stay in bed, especially if like the streamer I'm talking about streams tonight or this morning, tomorrow morning or whatever. If he does, then wait a minute, what's oh, she's gonna be a while. She's going to Asda first. But yeah, if he goes downstairs before me, and like sometimes he does, like genuinely, like sometimes I think it's just he wants to be downstairs, and like again, it's not that I don't. It's not like I think I own the front room more than him. It's more the fact that he's got a sofa bed in his bedroom and it's comfortable, and I have a bed with a broken mattress in mine. He has like a 50-inch TV in his bedroom. He's given me his old 50-inch TV, but I have nowhere in my bedroom to put a TV. And even if I did have a TV, my PlayStation is the downstairs console that everyone watches everything off of. So I couldn't even bring that upstairs. So I'd still be, basically, I'd have a TV that I couldn't do anything on. So I'd still have to do everything on my laptop. Whereas, like, he's got his TV, and he's got his laptop, and he's got, like, all his consoles upstairs. He can do whatever he wants. He can multitask if he wants. Whereas, if I'm playing a game on my laptop, I like to be watching something as well. So it doesn't feel like I'm not paying attention to time passing. If that makes sense? Like, I'm doing something productive as well as playing a game. Oh, look, my cat is sat next to me. Isn't that cute? But yeah, if he goes downstairs, then he won't go out. I don't know if he's planning on going out or not, but he won't go out if he gets the TV. He'll probably sit downstairs watching MasterChef all day. This is all he does. I've got to put my main light on now. But then I'll just be sat upstairs all day, watching my favourite YouTuber and probably playing Pokemon and Luigi's Mansion. I kind of want to stream on Monday. And as I say, I want to stream with my friend. But that, like, really all depends on whether I can get time to do it. As I said, my big problem is I don't have a door to my bedroom, so there's no privacy. Like, there's no getting away around it either. Like, it's another thing that I need to kind of do, like, is get my mum to phone the council up to sort the door out. If it is so annoying having to say that, like, I'm 30 years old. It's so depressing. It's, like, probably the most depressing thing in my life at the minute, is that it's just, like, because I haven't got friends and I haven't got anyone that I could ever have moved out with, I've never moved out. Like, I've got basically about £600 in savings. That's all the money I've ever had in my life. And I've only started saving that like a month or two ago. And that's been like, you know, it's not oh, well, you could have saved that all along. I've basically just stopped buying stuff that I kind of need to buy. Like, I've stopped eating lunches most days. The only reason I ate lunches like the last couple of weeks is because I didn't put anything in my savings this month, basically. So I had a bit of spare money to buy lunches and stuff. But, like, I need to get my door sorted. Because, like, it might still be difficult to stream when I've got a door. And again, it's like, it's such a depressing thing to be admitting online, really. But, yeah, it might still be difficult to do it. But at least I can try. And it's like, the thing is, like, you can tell them that you're streaming, and they'll still shout at you and talk to you, and you're like, shut up! Like, I told my mum the last time because she was shouting at me from downstairs because I couldn't answer her. Like, I told her, that's going on YouTube. There's going to be a video of you screaming at me on YouTube now, you know. And she wasn't happy about it. I was like, well, you shouldn't be shouting. I told you that I was doing this. I don't know why I'm accepting it. I'm not going to do it. Like, there's an update coming out on this as well soon. So I might stream it again a lot when the update comes out. The thing is, no one's getting overtime at the minute. And it's the same in my mum's place. So she gets home earlier. And, like, she's a gamer as well. But again, all her consoles are in her bedroom. And she has them on loud. So if I try to stream at the same time, she'd constantly for a start think I was talking to her, because she always does. And all you'd hear was, I think she's playing Fallout 4 at the minute. It was Final Fantasy 7 she was playing. I think she's playing Fallout 4 at the minute, or Fallout Shelter as well. That'd be all you hear, and her shouting at me like, what? Or just talking a lot to the dog, who has disappeared. I don't know where he's gone. I think we're actually close to getting one of them, unless I've written it down wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 15,000. I don't know what it is because I didn't write down what it was, but it's something. It's probably the greenhouse, to be honest. I don't see the greenhouse costing much, but it only affects you. This is the thing I don't get with the Joja thing, is that they still do the greenhouse, which, I mean, the Juminos, whatever they're called, do it for you and the community centre. And you can be like, well, they're saying thank you for doing it. Why is Joja bothering? I guess you might get a reason if you do it. It's not really a community incentive, really. I work for a big corporation. If I turned around and said, fix my greenhouse for me, mate, they'd be like, it's your greenhouse, we pay you, fix it yourself. Boom, 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 boom. I don't even know if there's like a 4-day crop for the rest of the year. It might be. Probably be better if I did the ones that you plant once and then they grow like periodically, like the beans and stuff. Because I just have to buy like, say 20 of them, and they'll keep producing stuff. I just need to water them. Just need to remember to water them. Because why should Karen be spending all her money getting new crops all the time? Why should she do that when she could just get one load? Told you I know I'm doing this inefficiently. get all these fishies. We will get all the fishies. All of these fish. I didn't want a broken CD. That's not gonna give me any money. I just did other things. I'd get the recycling bin, but I was like, I don't want to do other things. She's got to be antisocial. She lived on this moved to this farm so she didn't have to talk to people. Unless it's the Joja Mart manager. I've got some ideas for like other random streams. I found a way to play Tomba. The only problem is the copy of it I've got, the sound's really bad. I was trying to fix it last night, but it's not like super bad, but it's like, it's annoying. It's annoying enough that I didn't like it. But I want to play Tomba. I'm really bad at I played Tomba. It was one of the only games I've really completed more than once in my life. I completed it a good few times when I was a child and a teenager. I haven't played it in years, but I love that game so much. I really, really love it, and I just want to play it. Like, I want to play it all the time. I believe it come out like on a PlayStation, like the PlayStation Network, in maybe America and Japan or something like that. And it's not out in Europe, and I'm like, I just want that game. I would pay anything for that game. But I'm also thinking of doing, like, maybe some Pokemon. Not the stuff on the Switch, because I don't have anything to, capture it or anything. And I'm not going to bother splashing out money for something like that on my laptop. Like, that would be something I do after I finally buy a desktop computer. Or make a desktop computer. But, and Sam & Max Hit the Road came to Steam last month. Well, I bought it last month. I don't know when it came. But I love Sam & Max. I have the Telltale games as well. So I might do, like, start with Sam & Max Hit the Road and then play through those games. Do I want to go and see if there's anything for me to scavenge? Scavenge. I'll go and talk to my cat. I might as well do a loop up towards Robin's. Look, there's something right there! I'm there! It was worth it! I promise I will find more interesting things to talk about in anime. It's basically just the only thing I do at the minute is sit and watch anime. If I'm not doing that, I'm watching YouTubers. Like, I've currently been watching Cultaholic, as I said a lot. And like, when I feel, because I've been down a little bit, like the beginning of this week, Because my holiday, like the days that I wanted for my holiday didn't quite work out the way that, like the way I thought they'd do it. It didn't work out. I never told them what I wanted. I told them what days I wanted for my holiday. But basically, I thought having a day of holiday the week I go back would mean that they'd give me like my day of holiday and then maybe be nice and give me my 2 days off after that. Instead, my day of holiday is one of my 2 days off. Which is... I'm still working 5 days a week. I know that sounds really stupid to anyone who works a full-time job. It's just... I was kind of hoping to get 3 days off that week. It isn't even that I'm working 5 days. It's the fact that I work short hours over 5 days. It barely feels worth it. But yeah, I was a bit depressed, so I, honest to God, stuck their Cultaholics news videos on, like the playlist with them in, and it didn't matter how many times, how many times I went through it, the same news videos all week, just start at the beginning and carry on. Like, oh, they were obviously new ones every day. I haven't watched today's ones, to be honest, but Tom Chamble and usually Adam Pacitti, they just cheer me up so much. He had Ross with him the day that CM Punk returned, well, to Fox, but to WWE programming. I do like Ross. I've also been trying to catch up with Peanut Butter Gamer's Twilight Princess playthrough. Because I've never played that game anyway, so... Like I did... Like my holiday started not this week, last week technically. And one day I just literally sat down and watched the entire season of Atypical. Because I love Atypical. It's one of my favourite programs. And it came out like the week before. But I said I'd watch it with someone, so I hadn't watched any of it. And then I was like, they don't want to watch it. They would have put it, like, I can get like Sam quite often. I was like, they don't want to watch it. So I just watched it. I sat there and watched it all day. And even though like half-hour episodes, it took all day. I've been watching Silicon Valley as well, because it's the last season. That's another of my favourite programs. I'm very sad that's ending, but it's ending so strong as well. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like the last couple of seasons. I didn't like the Jin Yang stuff. I don't like that character. I still don't like that character. You're not meant to like that character, but it got to the point where I didn't want to watch scenes with him in, which is not what they want you to do. And yeah, no, the season's ending really well. I'm really enjoying the season. I just watched the 3rd episode, Hootie Smokes, again today. Because my mum watches it and she hadn't watched it with me, so I watched it this morning. And it was Jared, which is so funny in it. I love Jared. And the whole Danish being a bad person and all the bad things happening to people was because of Danish. That made me laugh. I'm actually watching a lot of TV at the minute. I don't usually watch TV programs. Like, I watch anime. I'll go on and off of watching wrestling. I'll watch cartoons. Like, I'll watch The Simpsons happily for hours, and Futurama, and American Dad, and Family Guy. I've been watching South Park on Now TV. Yeah, I watch cartoons all day long, but I don't actually watch, like, normal adult dramas and stuff. I'm Silicon Valley is a comedy. But, I'm also watching the BBC's His Dark Material. Like, I've never read the books. Amanda's reviewing it, and she's never read the books either. But I think she thinks she's seen The Golden Compass, the film. I've never even seen the film. So I have no idea what's going on ever. I'm just like, it's so pretty though, and it's so interesting. And the little girl in that, I can't remember, like I tagged that blog the last two, well it's only been 2 weeks obviously, but I can't remember her name, but the little girl that plays Lyra is so good. I'm also watching Watchmen on Now TV, which has been good. I'm reviewing that. I don't think my reviews make much sense, to be honest. I did miss, like, I did the first review. Like, I don't tend to watch TV the day it comes out anyway, unless I really like something. Like, the reason I was late with the Silicon Valley is because I thought it was the Sunday show that would come out on Monday morning, but it's a Monday show that comes out on Tuesday morning, and then I just forgot to watch it until Wednesday or Thursday, whenever I watched it. With The Watchmen, I've just been depressed, and like I've literally just been watching YouTube and Twitch because I've been so depressed. Like I watched Atypical to cheer me up, and I think I watched Silicon Valley, which has been cheering me up, and then the day that I watched Silicon Valley this week, I watched South Park straight after for like an hour or two. And I just got motivated to actually do what I'm meant to be doing, which was watching Watchmen. I really like it. I do really like it. I think the second episode was very confusing. Like, it kept jumping and I couldn't follow it very well. But it didn't make it unenjoyable. I got the general gist of what was happening. But it was fun. I really liked it, and I still really like it, it's still going on. I wanted to watch that World on Fire, whatever it was called on the BBC, but I just never found time for it. Like, it had a load of actors that I really like in it, like Arthur Darvill, the guy who played Rory in Doctor Who, and I can never remember his name, the one that played Neil in In-Betweeners was in it as well. And there were some other people. I think Sean Bean was in an episode. I just really want to, because I like history, so I like things based on history as well. So, yeah, so I did want to, watch that, but I just never got round to it. And that's the thing, if I miss like a week or two of something that's shown weekly, then I just get demotivated to watch it. Because I'm one of those people that then, this is why the anime gets behind, is because I'll sit there and I'll miss it one week, and then the next week I'll have 2 episodes and I'll be like, that's an hour. I'll be watching that for an hour and I'll be writing about the anime for another hour on top of that maybe. So that's 2 hours of my day. I'm such a warrior when it comes to time. That's the problem. There's never enough hours in the day for me. And then, like the story of Professor Layton and the pizza, I look at the day, what I've actually done with the day, and I'm like, if I had just done something productive for like half the time I did something unproductive, I wouldn't be depressed about anything. I'm not that smart though. Because there was a load of time today. I don't know what I was doing, but I honestly don't actually know. I think I was messaging my friend. And then I realised I'd been sat there just staring at my phone for like half hour. I hadn't even pressed play on what I was watching on the TV again. But like, obviously, my friend doesn't text back at, you know, lightning speed. I was just sat there waiting for him to reply and doing nothing. I could have watched an anime in between all that. I think the first thing is 15,000 and we should have that. If I sell... I don't know what the difference between selling it in the box and selling it to Woody is. Don't know if I'm going to be losing money. But I kind of want to at least get that one that I think I can do done. Boom, boom. Ooh. I don't think I have that in my other playthrough. Does Woody even have a shop open on a Saturday at this time? I don't know. Too much information to remember. I never remember what people are doing every day. That's right, I've got some stuff. I can sell it, go to sleep, and we can do one more day. Maybe buy that thing, if it's the amount that I put that... He was right there! Was he right there just a minute ago? Or did I, like, miss him? I'm not talking to you, Scooby. Go bed. That should be enough. I need to go to Joja anyway, see? Oh, good scarecrow. Oh, I got distracted. After this, should we waste a day? Oh, why did I not? Ugh. I feel like that would be a Karen thing to do on a Sunday. I never went and got that beer either. I'm guessing Joja's open on the Sunday. I'm guessing they don't close. I didn't think so. Where's the mine carts? That can be crossed off our list. Ah! Excellent. We'll get our works on it tonight. It should be ready for you by tomorrow. I don't have enough. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh! I can only do 26! That's alright, that's alright. We're doing 26. We'll have enough money to buy them tomorrow. And then we'll just have, like, 4 that are on the wrong day. I'm not too bothered. Ooh! Library book. Do, 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 do. This is probably going to be the last fish. I do need to go and start thinking about making my food and stuff. I said I was going to get off at 5 and it's 10 past 5. Ah! Ah! Do, 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 do. Well, at least the manager sits there and watches them work. I'm not gonna have that much money. I can buy my parsnips though. Alright, so that's it. Thank you for the 1 or 2 people that popped in during the stream. This will go up. I still don't really know what I'm doing with YouTube. I'm still just sticking it up on my actual YouTube. Not a branded one, it's just my YouTube one. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's not important really, other than to be posted on the blog. So I'll have that up for a change, it will be saved as well to Twitch. So it'll be here on Twitch for 14 days, I think it is, 2 weeks. As I said, I don't think I'll be streaming over the weekend because I don't think anyone's going out to give me the time to actually do it. If they do, I might come on and stream for a little bit. It'll probably be this. It might be something else. Like, I've got a couple things that I want to play. I don't know. This only glitched out my internet once, so I feel very safe playing this. But there are other things that I really want to play, including, as I said, Tomba, if I can get the sound sorted. I quite like to do a Nuzlocke on Pokemon, because everyone's going on about the Nuzlocks again, with Sword and Shield coming out. As I said, I can't stream anything from the Switch or anything, so doing like a Nuzlocke on one of the old ones would be fun. I want to try to get scheduled, but it's difficult because there's just people in the house from the afternoon, and they're not quiet. Even when you ask them to be quiet or whatever, they're not very respectful of what I ask of them. So I don't know, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I might be streaming with my friend. Hopefully I'll be streaming with him anyway. We'll be streaming Stardew, but we'll be streaming obviously a co-op stream. I'm probably going to stick with Stardew at the minute, or go on to Sam & Max. Maybe the Discord games, because I really like them, or the Monkey Island games. I probably won't start the Monkey Island games from the beginning, mainly because I've completed them so many times, but I always forget what to do in them, and then I end up having to go to a guide. Like, I used to be able to complete them when I was a kid, easy. I can't now as an adult, but from Curse of Monkey Island, which is my favourite one anyway, and then they've got the 3D one that I've only played like once or twice on Steam now, which I'll probably buy next month or the month after, depending on if I play that one or not. And then I've got were they made by Telltale as well? They might have been. The episodic ones that come out. I've got them on Steam, so we can play them as well. Probably more likely to play Sam & Max, because I love Sam & Max so much. There's a load of games. Like, I really like Banished as well. Trying to build up a civil. I'm so bad at that game. But yeah, I might play Banished on there. I might even attempt Planet Zoo at some point. Who knows? I might even play the Outer Worlds. I might need to restart that game, because I played a whole chunk of it, was watching a stream of something else, and then I realised I had not even touched like the game itself. It was on in front of me, and I hadn't done anything for like 20 minutes because I was just watching the stream. And again, it's one that's on YouTube. It's like an archive stream. I was more interested in that. I don't know what. Well, I was depressed. That's why it was. I was depressed, and there was someone being funny on the TV, which is more important. It's why I usually watch like Bottom or The Mighty Boosh or something stupid like that, because I've seen it so much that it doesn't matter if I'm paying attention to it or not. But yeah, so thank you for coming along. Thankfully, the internet only broke once. And yeah, we will come back with some more Karen at some point, so that she can take over Stardew Valley with Joja Mart. Hopefully soon. Probably Monday. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll see you later.